This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
That we can continue working towards our goal of vaccinating as many Nevadans as possible. And I wanted to take a few minutes to discuss how this program will work. Nevadans will be automatically entered into these drawings when you get your first dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. There is no need to register or fill out a form. And as the governor mentioned, if you have already been vaccinated in the state of Nevada, you are already entered into 8 weekly drawings. And for those who still need to get vaccinated, remember that the sooner you get the shot, the more chances you have to win. In order to be eligible for a prize, an individual must be a resident of the state of Nevada, be at least 18 years of age for cash prizes, or at least 12 to 17 with consent of a parent or a guardian for the college savings plans and non-cash prizes. And you have to received at least 1 dose of a recommended COVID-19 vaccination in Nevada at any time prior to the end of this promotion. And all of this information and more can be found at vaxnevadadays.org. Additionally, we are working hard to ensure that members of the military, veterans, and their families within Nevada who have received their vaccine through the federal program also have the opportunity to participate in Vax Nevada Days. This is our way of giving our vaccination efforts an extra boost. We are working hard every day to make it even easier for people in Nevada to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Nevadans now have 3 ways to access important information about COVID-19 vaccines and appointments. You can visit the website at nvcovidfighter.org. You can talk to a person over the phone using Nevada's vaccine helpline at 1-800-401-0946. And you can communicate via live chat on nvcovidfighter.org. The helpline offers a bilingual queue, so callers can dial in and select Spanish as their language. This, along with the live chat, is helping to give Nevadans options about how they access this information. As the governor mentioned, most pharmacies do have walk-in appointments or walk-in and appointment opportunities for COVID-19 vaccines, as do our state sites. We're working every day to offer more pop-up clinics throughout the state, including many that are also information sessions. These are healthcare providers on hand to answer your questions without requiring you sign up for a vaccine. We understand that often doctors, nurses, pharmacists are the most trusted resource for information, so Nevadans are encouraged to talk to their healthcare providers to address any further questions they may have about how vaccines will protect them against COVID-19. We will continue to work closely with our partners at local health departments and community-based organizations to ensure that everyone, including our neighbors that are hard to reach, live in communities with low vaccination rates, or might face language barriers and other obstacles, can find a vaccine. As you can imagine, holding a giveaway of this size and scope is extremely challenging. So I would like to thank our partner, IGT Global Solutions Corporation, for making this possible. They are donating their time, their talent, and their expertise to this project, and they are managing the technological side of these random drawings. And I want to assure all of you that the state immunization program, Immunize Nevada, and IGT are committed to protecting your privacy and immunization information. No personal information will be shared with IGT. And at this time, I'd like to invite Scott Gunn from IGT to speak briefly about their role in this process.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, Governor Sisolak. My name is Scott Gunn. I'm the Senior Vice President of Corporate Public Affairs at International Game Technology. It's an honor to be here representing my 11,000 colleagues at IGT, and especially the approximately 1,700 who work here in Nevada. International Game Technology, IGT, is a gaming, technology, infrastructure, and innovation company. We are the world's largest gaming supply company that supports legal and regulated casinos, lotteries, and other gaming operators in more than 100 jurisdictions around the world. I am here today because IGT is supporting the Vax Nevada Days prize drawings. Prize drawings are a key function of state lottery operations. So many of the 16 states that have vaccination prize drawings have asked their lotteries to assist. Obviously, with no lottery in Nevada, IGT was happy to step in and contribute our people and expertise to this important health initiative. IGT professionals are specifically lending support to overall project administration, developing the draw procedures to ensure the winner selection is based on the state's established prize categories, and implementing secure draw equipment to select winners through a random number generator, known as an RNG. The RNG process is commonly used by all U.S. lotteries to conduct drawings for many games. The RNG process is secure, random, and fully auditable. Under the supervision of the state, IGT will conduct the drawings, but at no time will we have access to or possess any personal, identifiable information or HIPAA information about those entered in the drawings. Immunize Nevada will provide IGT an alphanumeric representation of participants. This will ensure draw participants remain completely anonymous. IGT will conduct the drawings based on the state's prize categories and return winner information to the state with verification and validation by state auditors. The state and Immunize Nevada will then cross-reference the winner information to their secure vaccine records to associate the names of the winning Nevadans. IGT is not involved in the identification or the notification of individual winners. We appreciate the opportunity to work with Heidi and Immunize Nevada, and thank you again, Governor Sisolak, and the many dedicated professionals with whom we've had the pleasure of working. IGT is grateful to have this opportunity to do our part to protect the public health of Nevada. And with this, I'd like to hand it back to you, Governor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Heidi and Scott, for both taking time to be here today, for the work that you have already done and for work that's ahead of us in giving away the $5 million. Before I finish today's update, I want to encourage Nevadans to help us put this pandemic behind us once and for all. If you have already been vaccinated, reach out to a friend, a colleague, a neighbor, a family member to let them know your reason for choosing vaccination against COVID-19. Encourage them to get vaccinated. Tell others about Vax Nevada Days. Encourage them to get vaccinated so they can be eligible to win big cash prizes, including the $1 million grand prize. We've been talking about Nevada's 3 million reasons to unite behind life-saving COVID-19 vaccines, which is another way of saying every single Nevadan counts as we work to end this pandemic. And now you have 5 million more reasons for Nevadans to step up, get protected against COVID-19. Every day I am more hopeful of our future, more encouraged as we all unite to make Nevada safe, and more grateful to be your governor. And with that, I'd be happy to take some questions. Yes.
The Plain resident visited Nevada and tested positive for the Delta variant of COVID was vaccinated.
Okay, I'm having trouble hearing the question.
A person who visited Nevada who was vaccinated, who was a resident of Hawaii, got COVID. How is the Delta variant changing your plan or kind of routine as you move forward?
The Delta variant is just emphasizing the fact that we need to get everybody vaccinated. You know, we're working with our medical team, with the health districts, but we need to get shots in arms to protect people as much as possible. There are variants, clearly, we understand that, and the vaccines have shown thus far to be effective in fighting variants, and we just encourage everyone to get their vaccine.
Has the Delta variant changed your team's approach or plan at all moving?
It's just double down, re-emphasize our effort to get people vaccinated.
There are a lot of Nevadans who are still hesitant about getting the vaccine, especially after the recent CDC link to heart inflammation in young adults. What do you say to and about Nevadans or people who are hesitant to still trust this vaccine?
Well, I'd say that, you know, my mom is 95 years old, and I felt comfortable having her get the vaccine. And I've got 2 daughters and a wife who got the vaccine, and I got the vaccine. I would not send my family members to get the vaccine if I was concerned. Yes, there are risks. There are risks in everything. But as you relate to the heart complications, These are a few hundred, I think, complications in the hundreds of millions of vaccines that are being distributed, and hopefully we can get through this and just encourage people to get vaccinated. If people are looking for a reason not to get vaccinated, they're going to come up with one. I'm trying to give people 5 million reasons to get vaccinated.
We'll go Mary and then Ken.
Governor, how is the program being funded?
The program is being funded through some of the federal money that we got, and it's being distributed, coordinated through Immunize Nevada.
Ken, and then we'll come over to Sasha.
That was one of my questions, was funding. Why now? Other states have already started these vaccination drives, lotteries, things like that.
Right.
Why Nevada coming so, should I say late?
No, you shouldn't say late. Nevada's come as quickly as we could get here. We can't have a lottery here. As you heard, Scott, we've got regulations and restrictions against having a lottery. We have a raffle. You know, we've got an opinion from my council, from the Attorney General Council, from the Gaming Control Board's council, that this is something that we're allowed to do. It gives more people a chance to win the prize money, so every day is one day we'll get closer to having everyone vaccinated, and today's a good day to start.
Come over here to Sasha. Okay.
Governor, with a rate of under 50% for fully vaccinated people in Nevada, we're still a good amount behind states like Vermont. Do you think this initiative will kind of get us up to that 78% threshold in the next couple months?
Well, I'm hopeful that this will get us up. I'm not going to predict what threshold this will get us to, but Nevada has always been one of the lowest, if not the lowest, when it comes to influenza vaccines. You know, people in Nevada have more of a hesitancy and a resistance to get vaccines, and we knew that going in. We fully well knew that going in. Other states don't have that problem. They don't have some of the diversity in other states that we have in Nevada, and that's created some of the problem in getting people vaccinated. There's more hesitancy in some diverse groups. So we're doing everything we can to provide outreach and get people vaccinated.
Go back to Ken and then here.
Governor, I wanted to follow up on Mary's question. Goes three ways. Is the cost of the program $5 million? How much is the federal government putting up, and how much will the state put?
Well, my understanding is the total cost of the program is $5 million in prizes. There is $100,000 we're funding Immunize Nevada to administer the program, and we're taking all $5 million of it, if I'm not mistaken, from federal money. So the federal government is putting up all the money. No taxpayer dollars, none, are going into this.
How do I find out how I won?
You will be notified after we get them from IGT, and you probably will win. Ken, with that attitude, it's a winning attitude.
Governor, a bit off topic. Today, President Biden signed a bill declaring Juneteenth a federal holiday. Do you have a comment, or what's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I was thrilled about the fact that the Congress passed that and the president signed that into law. It's something I think is overdue, and I'm proud to be part of that. That we will recognize that in the future in Nevada. I don't have the sole discretion to declare a state holiday. That has to be done with legislative help. So we will coordinate that with our legislature to make sure that as we move forward, we will recognize that.
Drew, I saw your hand over here.
Yeah, Governor, some members of the COVID task force, excuse me, have expressed concern about reaching that 70% mark. Do you disagree with that?
Well, you can, here again, people can choose to see the glass half empty or half full. I'd like to get to 70%. Heck, I'd like to get to 95%. But we understand as you get higher up in the percentiles, it's difficult to get some people vaccinated. You've got some people that are just anti-vaxxers, some people for different reasons say they don't want to do it. We're doing everything we can, every incentive possible. I know I've read on the internet, one place you get a free donut, next place you can get a free beer, you can be entered in this drawing and that drawing, and this is another 5 million reasons that can get people. If you give people enough incentives, I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get them to turn out and get vaccinated.
Thank you, everyone.
You done?
You want to do one more for Mary? I think Mary and Ken over in the corner go.
Yeah, just wondering, how do you notify people, considering that the information is kept private, and also, how is this not a lottery?
It's not a lottery because there is no consideration given. They're getting something of value. You're getting a vaccine. You're not having to buy an entry into this. You're getting a vaccine, which you don't pay for. It's free. Thus, they're not providing a consideration to be eligible. They're notified through, I believe, IGT is going to get the numbers, and we're going to notify you through Immunize Nevada, is how they'll be called.
By phone, by
Mary,
email?
we'll grab you after this, and there's going to be more information on the website about how folks will be notified. Ken, you want to take us home one last question?
How How am I going to be notified? And it would be by telephone or email or?
Well, I will assume that it'll probably be done by phone. We'll start with phone. But Immunize Nevada, that's why they are administering the program. We'll contact everybody immediately every Thursday. Okay? Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
So you just heard from the governor and other leaders about the state's latest incentive program to encourage more residents to get vaccinated against COVID. And now they're offering enticing rewards such as 8 weekly drawings plus cash prizes. Now, we already heard about free ice cream, free tours at Allegiant Stadium, and pictures with an Elvis impersonator to really encourage people to get their shots. But now the state is upping the ante with $5 million in cash prizes, including a $1 million grand prize. Also, the governor talked about the state's COVID numbers and vaccine numbers, that they do remain low, and so he hopes this really makes a difference. You can read more about this further in detail on our website, lvrj.com. We'll also have an update on all the day's events for you on our 7 at 7 p.m. newscast. You can find us on Roku, Apple TV, all your streaming platforms. I'm Jen Ah. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in a few hours at 7 tonight.
You've been watching breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.